And well, 6 years after her release from a Balinese prison, infamous convicted drug smuggler Schapelle Corby has signed on for her first reality TV show, SAS Australia on Channel 7. Contestants, who also include Roxy Jacenko and the honey badger Nick Cummings, will endure grueling physical and psychological tests based on those faced by applicants for the Special Air Service. Take a look.
They've entered our world now. They will obey us.
Australia knows me as the drug smuggler. I want to change my life.
Will it make them, or will it break them? This is SAS Australia.
Well, Corby has said, I want to stop being institutionalised. I want to open my freedom to a happier life. But the Proceeds of Crime Act of 2002 provides for the tracing, restraining and confiscation of proceeds of crime. Now, this is the question that is being asked on social media. She has served her time, but should we be celebrating criminals? Robbo, I have a view. Is she not allowed to make money?
Yeah, she can, but she's only making money off the fact that she's Schapelle Corby and she was a drug smuggler. I mean, just looking at that promo, I think the real victims are the viewers. I think that looks like absolute bloody hogwash. Anyway, but that's not what you asked me. No, I don't think that she should be able to make money off it. Schapelle Corby's not a celebrity. She is someone who smuggled drugs, was convicted, and now she's making a name off that. She hasn't done anything before or after that. That's
but how
all she's
can
done.
she, Robbo? You know, like, she's come back from serving her time. She did her time in jail. She was a younger woman then, whatever happened. And there's still a lot of people that don't believe she actually did it. But the fact is, the media used and abused her fame. You know, they drove ratings by having news reports covering every element of this trial, trying to get footage of her inside this prison.
Because that's news.
Yeah, sure. But my point is, though, it's very difficult for this lady to go down and become a hairdresser or something like this. You know, Ben, you've been a reality TV contestant. Doesn't she deserve the opportunity to actually make some money? Why do we continually want to stop people from being able to earn a living?
It's not about people, it's about criminals.
Well, I think that if you want to make
there.
some money, I don't think that... I think you've had your turn, Robbo. Like, seriously. When it comes down to it, I think if you want to make some money, being a reality television star is not exactly the way forward. I mean, for me, it was okay because I won $250,000. But, I mean, that's only one person out of 16. Now, when it comes to Schapelle Corby, she did do her time, but I don't necessarily think Australia is ready to see her on a reality TV show like this. You know, I think everyone is entitled to validation and redemption. And I guess, you know, we don't necessarily at the end of the day even know whether or not she was guilty, to be honest. But in the modern day media, where anybody is a celebrity, you look at Kim Kardashian in the same boat. Like, you know, I don't necessarily know what makes someone valid to be entitled to that role. So the media turned her into something. She's probably one of the most recognizable names in Australia. So why wouldn't a television network want to jump on that?
She didn't rush straight into doing something. She's come back to this country. The woman obviously would need money at some point to live. So why shouldn't she be able to do a TV show and make use of the media that have made use for her? And Channel 7 are doing this because it'll get publicity. It gets people like us talking about it.
So, quick question though.
This is a real test as well.
What level of crime are you allowed to use your name? So, if someone who committed, 2 murders and there's then release, they're okay, obviously, right?
Chopper Read used the fact that he was a killer. He based a whole career
on it. But is that the right thing to do?
Well,
I'm just asking you because you're saying it is.
Well, I'm saying no. There's a difference here on what I'm saying.
Hold on. So, if whatever criminal you are, as long as you've done your time. Even if you've killed people, dickety-boo, go onto a game show.
Well, that's not where I'm coming from, but maybe if you want to get down to it, because we have a system of crime and punishment. At what point do we allow people to get on with their lives? If we keep hounding people, the woman was in jail in another country that doesn't have our standards. She's done it tough. Whatever she did, as far as smuggling drugs is concerned, you got to argue she really did do her time. She didn't come back. She didn't go on Dancing with the Stars. I actually think as far as a show is concerned, she's made a good choice. It's not celebrating her being some la-di-da made-up princess. She's going on a show because I just don't understand. I'm sorry, I'm losing track because I don't understand the issue with her making
Whether
some
or not
money.
this is a good idea is not going to be proved by the masses until the show goes to air. This is a real telling point, I think, for Australians. If Australians truly have a problem with this, then don't watch this show. If you are interested in Schapelle Corby, which I think a lot of people still are, then maybe it's time to tune in. But I mean, it's very difficult for all three of us to play judge and jury on whether or not this woman should be allowed to be on this reality TV show. Channel 7 have chosen to do this. She was always going to end up on one of these shows, and now it's up to Australia to decide. I mean, I don't want to sound like a a reality TV show host while I say that, but Australia, it's up to you whether or not you want to validate people like Schapelle Corby.
Robert, do you have no interest in seeing her?
I think it's too scary to start saying that which criminals can go on television.
But it's interesting. You said we shouldn't be celebrating criminals. That's what we do. Look at the true crime genre, where we analyze
That's
and
not
look at
celebrating
criminals.
them. That's not celebration.
Ted Bundy
That's not
is
celebration.
Well, there's still
People
a
are
fascination with
fascinated
them.
by this stuff.
I just don't.
That's a
I,
cherry-
If it's into true crime.
Celebration and fascination and analysis are all very different things.
Television and media is about making money. And if you look at the reflection of the Daily Telegraph and what they've done recently, which is changing a lot of their narrative to writing stories about salacious celebrities, to then now writing salacious stories about the everyday Australian and crime, you can see crime does pay. People are interested. People are engaging. And up until the point where the general public chooses that they don't want to subscribe to that, we are going to continue to see more of it.
That's not about that. She's not going on there in a celebration of her crime, is she? She's not going to talk about it. She's there to do a reality show, about being in the SAS. So this has nothing to do with true crime because she's not going to talk about her crime.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo Show. Ben, Rob and Robbo Show.